Hi everyone, welcome to Daisy Nick's Recipes. Today I'm going to show you how to make these little wheat bag heat packs to pop in your pockets on those cold days. Today I'm using material from a sample book, and it's a great way of getting a good contrast. Especially for these heat bags, it's nice to have one pattern on the front and a contrasting pattern on the back. Now, because this is out of a sample book, it does have the paper on. Now, it's no point even trying to peel this off. It is a nightmare. As you can see, it'll peel so far and then just rip. So it's best to always look at how much fabric you have on your sample and just cut around the edge, and then use the middle bit. So I've got some great contrasting fabrics today, and I'm just about to cut and measure, or measure and cut. So here is my template, and the measurements for this are around the 5 inches by 5.5. Just cut it slightly over, because then fold it in half and trim one of your corners off, and there's the shape of your pocket template. So we're going to draw around this with a pen. I'm using just a standard pen. You won't see it, it's on the inside. Always mark on the inside of your fabric. There we go, it'll look something like that. So I'm going to cut all these out. I'm going to do it with all of them. You will need 2 pockets of each fabric for your matching set. Now, when you're using sample books, just check, because at the top, where the staples have been, you obviously don't want to use that section, because it could create a hole and things could come out of it, your wheat and things. So best to just start underneath that. And also this isn't actually lined up correctly, so you have to just have a look and line it up, making sure you're not hitting any of the staple marks at the top. And then go ahead and mark 2 from each pattern fabric. There's 1, and then we'll mark another one. Check I'm not under the staples. Line one of those up, and there we go. We'll mark another one. There you go, so you get 2 out of each pattern, and then I've got the 2 out of this one to match. Then go ahead and cut these out. And I'll come back to you when I've cut them all out. All our pieces are now cut out, and we've got them into corresponding pairs. So now we just need to have pretty sides to pretty sides. I think that's my inside there. And we are going to pin these together, ready to sew round. Now we leave the top part open so we don't sew that section. I'm actually just going to roughly pin it to hold it in place while I sew. So I'm going to sew around all around the edge, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've stitched around there, as you can see, all the way around the edge, and left the top of the pocket open. So take those pins out, and we'll carry on and do the other pockets depending how many little heat bags you're making. I'm making 3 sets today. I'm now lining these up and pinning these, and I will go and sew them all and then come back to you. Now with these, it doesn't matter if you use cotton. This is a mix one, and obviously it's probably nicer if you use cotton, but it really depends on what you have about. You can use the sample books or any spare material bits you have. This is a great project for using up any little pieces you have left over. Okay, all my pockets are sewn, so now we're just turning them around. I have stitched back and forth on the edges just so when I turn them round it doesn't unstitch at all. So there you go, turn them all around. No need to cut in on the corners because that can just cause a weakness where the grain can come out. So just literally, you don't need to iron it either, just turn the pockets round the right way. There we go. And then you're ready to start filling them. I'm using wheat to fill mine. I've always used wheat, got on with it really, really well, so I'm just going to stick with what I know. There we go. And you'll have all your little pockets ready to fill. Okay, I'm going to measure out the wheat, and we're going to use 100 grams per bag. There we go. 100 grams per bag, and then just fill them up. Okay, and I'll do all of the bags. Now the bags are all filled, and we just need to tuck in the top edge of your material and then pin. There we go. Now when you're sewing these, you need to keep all the little bits of wheat away from your machine foot, so it's quite a good idea to secondary pin just to hold back the wheat, like so. So you'll sew along the top edge, go back and forth, and that'll give it a very secure finish. So I'll go and stitch these, then I'll come back to you. Now the pockets are all stitched. You can see along the top line there, come quite close, I've double stitched the ends, come along and stitched again. So there you go, you've got a very secure top on it. And there's your little pockets. Now you heat a pair of pockets together in the microwave on 1 minute for adults. For children, I'd put it on for 45 seconds and test it before you give it to them. Brilliant for your children's pockets while they're waiting for the bus, for you out dog walking, or if you just have cold hands. I hope you've had fun making pocket heat bags with Daisy Nick's recipes. Great for those cold winter days to stop your little fingers freezing. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more DIYs.